All right, this is my audience. Okay, my name is Sam Stegman, and today I'm going to be doing my $1 million speech. So first, when I heard we had to do a speech about $1 million, I was like, well, I just go buy some shoes. I'm not going to do anything. But then I read farther in, and I was thinking, because I was on my way home from practice, and I was thinking, well, obviously maybe I should do something about sports. And then I was like, oh, well, I need to do my homework. So then I kind of came up with the idea that I would do I would come up with an organization that provided tutoring and meals for student athletes in need. So then I did some research, and I found, according to MLaurin, that 8 million high school athletes, well, almost over 8 million athletes are in the United States alone. And I thought that was pretty crazy. And then thinking even more, it seems like almost at least 50% of our high school plays sports. And I started thinking, well, I've fallen behind before in school, and when you fall behind, then you kind of resort to stupid stuff and cheating and copying. And then I was thinking on, and there are more kids in school that maybe don't have meals or don't have any sort of consistent food source because they're at practice instead of working, and then they don't have money to buy food. So I came up with the Student Athlete Resource. The Student Athlete Resource would provide tutoring, and the tutoring would work around the students' practice schedules, because everybody's all around. I know for me, I'm not home till 7:30, and there's some kids that have morning practice, so the tutoring would be very flexible, and maybe during school hours if that was possible. The Student Athlete Resource would also provide meals and snacks. And I started thinking, and I was like, well, maybe it wouldn't be that easy just to have a certain spot to have it, because maybe people aren't comfortable with going to get food. So then I kind of came up with maybe each room has a spot that has maybe just snacks if anybody needs it, that are just a part of the Student Athlete Resource. And then every night at around a certain time every day of the week, there would be a meal for all of the high school athletes if they needed it. And then with the whole thing, it's not just need-based. It is if you need help, you can go. You don't need to fill out paperwork. It's just if you need help, you just need to approach anybody a part of the Student Athlete Resource, and they would help you. So importance in sports and GPA. So I think there are higher standards in high school athletes, and Lumpkin and Faber explain that athletes in Kansas have higher GPAs than non-athletes. And if you think about that, that doesn't really make much sense, because athletes are the ones that are consistently busy, and they're always busy, and they're always on bus rides home. And me personally, I can't do homework in the car. So it just didn't really make that much sense to me. But then I realized that many schools have certain standards, such as the WIA has standards that you have to have certain grade point averages to be able to participate. But then also it kind of brings back to the point that if you're in the car and you can't do your homework, that maybe you don't have time to do your homework. So then you're kind of just scrambling, copying people's stuff. So then, if you think about that, then people are going to college potentially unprepared, or they're unprepared for classes. And Gard commented in her 2017 article published in the Physical Editor, many students, athletes are potentially unprepared for the academic rigor and challenges of college. And another point that sports play an important role in is obesity and income relation. Research points out that household income and obesity are related, according to the Sports Journal. So if you think about that, sports could eliminate obesity because they could eliminate obesity because it's a lot healthier to be active constantly and stuff like that. And then the Student Athlete Resources can help athletes in need of that income. If they don't have their meals, it can help them. In conclusion, there are over 8 million high school athletes in the United States alone, according to MLaurin. The student athlete resource would provide athletes in need of academic and food support, for your tutoring and meals. And the student athletes are held to a higher standard, so I think that they should be treated with a higher standard with the tutoring and meals. And overall, I think more athletes would participate in sports if they had help with schoolwork and meals. All right, thank you.